Hi everyone, and welcome back to the final session of EC Welcome. In this session, you're going to learn more about your learning development tutors, or LDTs. We'll have Dawn and Jamie here to answer your questions, so please put them into the Q&A tab on the Teams event. But first, we're going to show you a video from our LDT team.
Hello, my name is Sarah Lomax, and myself and my colleague Dawn Ross are the team leaders for the Learning Development Tutors, known as LDTs. We have a team at each of the Edinburgh College campuses. I work at Milton Road and Midlothian, and Dawn works at Granton and Sighthill. Learning Development Tutors are the main point of contact for students on full-time courses. We provide guidance and support to students throughout their academic journey, and this is done via online communication, telephone, 1 hour weekly online tutorials, or maybe on site, and one-to-one meetings to discuss any concerns. We work closely with curriculum staff and other support staff within student experience in order to provide you with all the information and support you require. LDTs monitor your attendance and engagement and will contact you if we have any concerns about these. We also deal with any disciplinary issues concerning our students. The tutorial programme runs over the academic year with a strong focus on helping students familiarise themselves with how the college operates, as well as academic progression and career management. We provide students with our contact details at the start of the academic year, so you can contact us when you need to. As well as a weekly tutorial, we also offer one-to-one meetings twice a year to assess your progress and give you the opportunity to discuss any issues. However, we are available for you to contact out with these meetings as well. We are here to help and guide you through your time here at Edinburgh College. So good luck, enjoy your time with us, and now follow some clips from the rest of the team. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dawn Ross and I'm the LDT team leader for the Sighthill and the Granton campus.
Hi, my name is Teresa Lyons. I'm a Learning Development Tutor at Edinburgh College, working with the Sport and Exercise Department. I work at Sighthill campus Monday to Wednesday and Milton Road campus Thursday and Friday.
Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Lamb. I am the LDT at Sighthill campus for photography, childcare, business and computing courses. Look forward to meeting you all.
Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Kane and I am an LDT based at Sighthill. I work with the Creative Industries faculty, so if you are studying broadcast media, music or performing arts this year, then I'll be your LDT. I look forward to working with you all and I'll see you soon.
Hi there, my name is Jill Laird and I'm a Learner Development Tutor and I'm based at Sighthill campus at Edinburgh College. I work with the Health, Wellbeing and Social Services courses, so if you're coming to do one of those, I welcome you in September. See you later, bye!
Hi, I'm Mary Shaw. I'm one of the LDTs at the Sighthill campus. I mostly work with students on science courses, but I also work with the HNC counselling group and for those preparing for careers in health and social care.
Hi everyone, I'm an LDT at Sighthill campus and my name is Stuart Patterson. Hope you are all well. I look after a number of the different courses involving enterprise and commerce, retail and childcare.
Hi there, I'm Alison Isaac, an LDT at Midlothian campus. If you're studying Entry to Learning, a preparation course, childcare or social services, then I could be your LDT. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Hello, my name's Nicola Roger and I'm an LDT at the Midlothian campus of Edinburgh College. If you're going to be studying electrical engineering, mechanical engineering or an entry-level engineering course this year, the chances are that I'll be your LDT. Best of luck for your studies for the coming year and I hope to meet you all soon, either online or in person.
Hi, I'm Clara White. I'm the LDT for the UAL Art and Design courses at Granton campus and I'm really looking forward to meeting you all.
Hi there, my name is Colin Miller. I'm based at Granton campus. I'm the LDT with oral healthcare, pharmacy services and childhood practice courses.
Hi, my name is Carolina Smotter and I'm a Learning Development Tutor for Creative Industries at Granton campus.
Hi everyone, my name is Lynn Davidson and I'm the LDT for construction students at Granton campus. Look forward to seeing you all soon.
Hi, I'm Tracy Livingston. I'm one of the LDTs from Granton campus. If you're coming to study travel and tourism, hospitality or professional cookery, I'll be working with you and I'm looking forward to meeting you all in the new semester.
Hi, my name's Katie Tom. I'm an LDT at Granton campus and I look after hairdressing, social sciences and ACE.
Hello, my name is Mark Quinn. I'm an LDT based at Grantham. I look after quite a few of the art and design courses, as well as radio and technical theatre. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Hey everyone, my name is Paul Gilchrist. I'm an LDT at Milton Road. And if you're studying computing or nursing and healthcare, there's a good chance I'll be your LDT this year.
Hi there, if you're studying professional cookery or hair and beauty at Milton Road, there's a possibility that I may be your LDT. My name is Kath Walton and I look forward to working with you throughout the year.
Hi, my name is David Wallace and I'm an LDT. I work at the Milton Road campus and I look after business and admin and social science students. So if you're in those courses, I might be your LDT.
Hi there, my name is Stephen Graham-Smith. I'm a learning development tutor at Edinburgh College, currently based at Milton Road campus. If you're coming to study a subject within the Access and Continuing Education department this year, then I will be your LDT. I'm looking forward to meeting you.
Hi, I'm Dawn and this is Jamie. We're here to answer your questions, so please put them into the live Q&A tab on the Teams event.
Okay, so we're going to jump straight in. The first question is from Anonymous, and they said, what can we do if we're not allocated an LDT, as this happened to my class last year and affected my time at college?
Good question. So what I would say to that to anybody is don't worry if you don't have an allocated LDT. What will happen is you'll still have access to all of the same information for your course induction, and the LDT team will be running a drop-in each day from Monday next week between 11 to 12, and that's a live drop-in on Teams where anybody can come in and ask a question and speak to one of the LDTs on a one-to-one basis, and we can help you with any queries that way. You can also speak to your lecturers or your course leaders if there's anything that you need help with as well. Okay, and the next question is, how do we know who our LDT is?
So you should be informed of who your LDT is through your timetable, which you should have received by now. If not, you should receive it very soon. You will probably attend either an open day / meet and greet before your course starts, at which your LDT will probably be present. If not, an opportunity will be set up for you to meet or speak to your LDT. Chances are your LDT will make themselves known to you before you know who they are in a lot of circumstances.
Okay, do you want to go over the next question?
Okay, so the next question is, how can I talk one-to-one with my LDT?
Okay, it's a really good question again, and it's really important that you are able to talk one-to-one with your LDT. In order to do that, there's a variety of ways that you can contact them. You can email them, you can contact them on Teams, and you can also come to the drop-in if you can't get hold of your LDT in class or through those channels.
Okay, so on that one.
Okay, we've got a question here from Danielle. I have dyslexia and have previously worked well with a scribe in the past. Obviously, with a lot of classes being mainly online, is there any options for support like extra time on assessments or anything else?
That's a really good question as well, and I know probably a lot of you will be kind of wanting to ask a similar question. The answer is yes, there is going to be support there for you to use. The options that you have will depend on your personal kind of needs. If you're aware of what your needs are, then that's a really good start, and you can speak to student support. You'll be made aware of the contact details for student support. I'm not sure if we're able to put that into the chat, but we can have the point of contact put to you so that you can use that. It's really important that you make the most of the support that's available, because you want to give yourself the best possible chance of getting through the course and not having, feeling like that you are being held back because you're not being supported when the college can actually do that for you. So yeah, the answer is you will be put into contact. It's a good idea to speak to your LDT in the first week, just so that your LDT is also aware of it, and those referrals can be made so that we can, get you to speak to someone really early. I hope that's answered your question. If you do have kind of follow-up questions on top of that, as I said, it's a good idea to speak to your LDT, or once you have the contact details for student support, contact them directly and they'll get back to you as soon as they can. Okay.
Thank you. We've got a question here from Megan regarding clubs and societies, how they're being set up, and I believe that someone from EXA has got back to you there, Megan, with a link to the webpage where you can access all of the clubs and societies. Okay, I'll let you go into that question.
Okay, so the next question is from Ethan, who says, what help will there be available while courses are being run online?
Okay, Ethan, there's lots of help available for you whilst you're at college. So you can get help from your learning development tutor, but also we have help from the guidance team, the learning support team. EXA are also on hand to help you with any IT issues, and we also have the IT team in the college as well, and we'll be able to put those details online for you to access. So if you look at the college website, they have a really good welcome page, and they'll be able to give you all of the information that you need to access everything for that.
Cool, so I think that's the next question there.
Okay, next question is from Brian, and do SWAP students get assigned an LDT?
Actually, you've probably got a better overview on that one.
Yeah, I can't go into the exact answer on that because I don't know the exact course that you're on. As I said, most full-time students do have an LDT, but unfortunately not all full-time students have an LDT. But if you can drop us a note of your EC number, we can check and we can get back to you on that. I just can't give you an overall answer for that at the moment, but thanks for asking.
Okay, so the next question is from Bruna. It says, where can I find my LDT? That's a really good question. It's obviously, the answer is going to be quite varied depending on what campus you're on, and also with things being kind of partly online for a lot of courses at the moment. LDTs generally on every campus will have an office that if you are on campus and the LDTs are in, you are able to go and see them. So what to do when you start your course during the induction couple of weeks to begin with, it might be worth asking your LDT directly where their room is. Obviously, it's going to be quite daunting if you are on campus and if you've not been to the college before, that it's quite easy to get lost, but you do learn your way about, and once you learn where the LDT office is, you'll be coming to see our smiling faces all the time. So just drop in whenever you need, but you will be told in the first couple of weeks if you are on campus where to find us. If you are working mostly online, you will be able to speak to your LDTs directly on Microsoft Teams, which will be shown how to use. And quite a lot of LDTs will also set up a separate team so that you can speak and attend sessions specifically for LDT things, because you will be timetabled an LDT class if you do have an LDT, and you can speak to us directly then as well. Okay, so the next question, it's apologies for my ignorance, it's no problem at all, but what exactly is an LDT?
Okay, so LDT stands for Learning Development Tutor, and Edinburgh College has a team of LDTs across all 4 campuses. So there are around about 30 of us, and each Learning Development Tutor works with a group of different students split into areas. So the Learning Development Tutor is a support member of staff, but the main difference between us and a lot of the other support teams that you've been hearing from is that you will have us timetabled alongside your subject classes. So if you look at your timetable, there will be an hour set aside for your LDT class. Now, during that time, the Learning Development Tutor will cover a variety of different things with you as a group in your class. At this time of year, there'll be a lot of time spent on going over policies and procedures in the college and making sure that you're all familiar with things like Moodle and Teams, and that you all have managed to get your student cards, things like that. Throughout the year, we will tailor the classes to suit what your groups are doing and what level of course you're studying at. So some of the things we might cover during that hour are things like study skills, employability and personal development. It could be group work. We might also get in guest speakers in that hour from the industry that you're studying in to come and speak to you. And we'll also schedule to see each student on a one-to-one basis. And that will just be to discuss your personal development, how you're getting on in the course, if you're keeping on track with the coursework, and if you have any concerns or any feedback. The Learning Development Tutors work really closely with the lecturers, so we will act as a sort of go-between. So if there's information that the lecturers want to get across to you individually or as a class, we can do that. Likewise, when you're studying, if something happens perhaps in your personal life, which means that you just aren't able to come into college, you can speak to your Learning Development Tutor in confidence, and we will be able to make sure that the lecturing team are aware of why you're not here. So we do a lot of things, and the best way to learn is just to, when you start your course, to come to the LDT class on your timetable.
Okay.
Thank you. So the next question is, what requirements do you need in order to have an LDT?
That's a good question. It's quite varied across the different campuses based on what courses you're studying. However, the hope is that most students up to HM1 will have an LDT. If you don't, as we kind of mentioned earlier, there are things that can be, put in place. Like, for instance, we have LDT drop-ins every week. So if you don't have an LDT, there is still an LDT on hand that can speak to you. But the requirement is varied, so it would be quite difficult to answer that comprehensively without kind of making promises. But as I said, the hope is that most students up to HM1 will have an LDT in place. So if you do have an LDT, do use them and come and speak to us if you can. And if you don't, then as I said, there are drop-ins on every campus every week where you can speak to an LDT if you need to. So I hope that kind of answers your question. But more information can be given. If you can come and speak to us either in person or one-to-one through Teams.
Okay, thanks. The next question is, do we email if we are off to our LDTs, and do we get their details on our first day? So the answer to that is yes. If you're going to be off college, especially at the start of term, then the best thing to do at the moment is to email your LDT. You will get their details when you start, and when you start your timetable, your Learning Development Tutor will explain to you the full process of what you need to do if you're going to be absent. So there is a procedure that you need to follow, and you'll learn about that in your first week or two at college. So thanks for that.
Okay. Okay, the next question states, how can my LDT help me if I have an anxiety panic attack? So your LDT is there, as we kind of mentioned, to work in a class situation, but we also work individually with you through the year, and we kind of look at your development, and we kind of try and help you as much as possible with your kind of overall well-being and your kind of your mental health through the year, to kind of make sure that you're in the best possible position to succeed and succeed well this year. So in a situation like that, if you had a panic attack or you're suffering from anxiety, it's important for you to know that you can come and speak to us. if you feel like that you want to speak to someone individually, you can speak to us, and we can kind of be there just to kind of help you through it, and to look at maybe mechanisms and things that we can try to try and tackle it, and to try and improve it on a longer term basis. However, it should be kind of added that, you know, as we mentioned earlier, the student support department is there to help you through. There's also a well-being team who can speak to you one-on-one, and also, you know, through the year there'll be counselling available. So there's a variety of things in place that you can call on if you need to help you through. And obviously at the college we take things like, you know, anxiety and, you know, periods of poor mental health, we take it seriously, and it's obviously everything is confidential. So, you know, the trust is put in place from day one that you can speak to us and we can try and help you through where we can. And obviously you're never going to be punished for anything that's out with your control. So, you know, as I said, that trust will be there from day one, and if you need to speak to us, you can, and we can look at what we can do to kind of get you back on track. Okay, but thanks for the question. It's not an easy question to ask, and I know a lot of you will probably have similar things, you know, similar questions and similar thoughts about what you might do on campus. But, you know, we're here to help you. That's what I'm saying.
I'd just like to echo as well that, remember, if any of you are worrying about anxiety or panic attacks or your mental health, please make sure that you check the wellbeing page on Moodle. They have very good links and very good advice on all sorts of things to do with that, and you can also book in for an informal chat with one of the wellbeing advisors as well.
Absolutely. So the next question is from Kelly, who says, "Afternoon, hope you're both well." We are, thanks. Can my LDT help with student funding queries, ID cards, and in brackets where to collect this, and when workplace-based and college campus-based study will commence?
Okay, so if you have a funding query, you can contact your LDT, but we would always usually suggest that you get in touch with one of the funding advisors in the college, because they have the most up-to-date advice on any funding queries. But if you're not sure how to do that, then yeah, you can come to your LDT, but we would usually then refer you to the funding team. Regards to your college ID card, if you need a physical card rather than the electronic one, then you can get in touch with either your lecturer or your learning development tutor, and we can give you information on how you can get a physical card. Your digital card will be on the My Edinburgh EC app, and you should be able to access that. There are instructions on that online on our website. What was the second part of the question?
Looking at when work-based and college campus-based study will commence. So when, you know, if they're working, I assume you mean like if you're working remotely and you're going to be asked to come back onto campus.
Yeah, you should hear from either the curriculum team or the LDT about any updates about that. So you need to make sure that you keep checking Teams, you keep checking Moodle, and you keep checking your student email for any updates that come out regarding that.
Okay.
Thanks.
So it's that one.
Right, so how do I know my LDT's email, since I need to email about an attendance issue before my course starts?
Okay, so you, as I said earlier, you'll probably be invited to an induction day before your course starts, or you may have attended it already. At this event, you may well meet your LDT, and at that point you can maybe ask them for the email address, or you can ask any course contact that you already have. So if you've met lecturers whose classes you may miss, you know, if you've been in contact with them to say that you're going to be off, the chances are they will probably refer you to your LDT. There is a little trick that you can use. If you do know the name of your LDT, all of the staff email addresses in the college will be your first name, or the person's first name, then a full stop, and then their surname, followed by @edinburghcollege.ac.uk. So you can, work out what someone's email address is based on that. The other thing you can possibly do at the start of the course, when Teams is set up, Microsoft Teams that you may well be using from home, you'll be able to contact your LDT directly on there, because everyone will be connected in the same group, and you can send that as a chat, or you can send it as kind of a Teams message, and the LDT will pick it up. Okay.
Thanks. The next question is, when and how will we receive LDT and student support contact details? Okay, so student support contact details are all on Moodle, and you can also see them online on the welcome page. For your LDT, when and how will we receive LDT support? That will start on the first week that your course starts. If you want to know your LDT's contact details before, if you could just drop us your EC number in the chat, then we'll be able to look that up and get back to you.
Okay, so the next question says, can the LDT help on Teams? The calendar has still not been updated yet. For the new courses, it's still got my old classes on it. So an LDT with Teams can't help directly in terms of the technical side of it. What that sounds like has happened is that your old classes haven't yet been archived. So that means that your lecturers will probably over the next week be archiving the old classes that you were in. And if you are progressing onto a new course, those new teams will be created, and you'll see those disappear, and you'll get the new ones added on. At the start of the course, though, you will receive a up-to-date timetable. It's a good idea to maybe speak to your first point of contact on the course, so either the lecturer that kind of goes through your induction event, or your LDT directly, so we can then speak to the right people to try and speed that process up if there is still technical issues with that. But as for any hands-on sort of IT things, LDTs are not able to do that, but we can help, and we can put you in contact with the people that can move it forward for you. So thanks for that question. I hope that was clear with my answer. So the next question, it says, I can't see an LDT's name on my timetable. Does this mean I don't have one?
Not necessarily. It may mean that we just haven't allocated an LDT to your course yet. So don't worry if you see LDT but there's no name. Again, if you can pop your EC number into the chat, we'll be able to look it up and get back to you with an update on what's happening. But if anyone else has that too, keep checking, because it will get updated regularly between now and when you start your course. So don't worry if you see that, just let us know your number and we'll get back to you.
Okay,
thank you.
That one.
Would my LDT be able to help inform us with what course materials we will need, i.e. notebook, pens, pencils, etc.? Okay, so yeah, if you get in touch with your LDT and ask about any equipment, we can help. You can also get in touch with your lecturers and they'll be able to help you with that as well. If you're on campus, I would suggest a minimum to have is definitely a notebook and a pen. Don't worry if you don't have any other equipment, especially in the first few weeks. Once you start your course, you'll get all the information you need for all the different kinds of materials that you need as well. So yeah, don't worry about that at the moment, but if you're on campus, at least come with something that you can record some information on, whether that's pen and paper or phone, if you prefer to do it electronically.
Cool, and I should probably just add to that as well, that in terms of the resources that you need, there's quite a few resources that are actually online. one of the things that an LDT can help you do and help support you, in a wider college setting, is looking at how you can use those online resources. So, you've got the likes of Moodle, and there are lots of kind of learning resources within Moodle which we can help you with. Okay.
Yep, great. I'll just do this next question, which is, why do those in second year of HND courses not have an allocated LDT? So thanks for that question, Pamela, and you're correct. At the moment, our HND second year students don't have an LDT. We would like to be able to offer support to you, but at the moment we don't have enough staff to be able to do that. However, we do make ourselves available via the drop-in, so any second year HND student can still come to the drop-in if they have any queries or questions that they'd like to speak to their LDT about. So thanks for that, it's a good question.
Okay. Okay, so the next question is specific to a course timetable. It says, I received my timetable and there are 2 classes on at the same time. What do I do? Okay, it's not uncommon for there to be overlaps, particularly at the start of the term. The courses haven't actually begun yet, so you might see slight deviations in your timetable for the first couple of weeks while it's getting worked out. What will probably happen, the timetabling staff will realise that there's an overlap there before the course starts, and they will move one of the classes out of the way and into a different slot. If, in week 1, you guys turn up to your class or you're online and it's still that double up there, then you can let the lecturer know whose class, that you guys go to, that there is an overlap, and they can sort that fairly quickly. Don't worry too much about kind of, if this might affect your learning in the first couple of weeks. As I said, it does take a little while for the timetables to settle into place, and hopefully nothing will kind of change in a massively drastic way that's going to change your experience. One of the other things that it may be is that sometimes it's the 2 occurrences are for different semesters, and it might be showing that you've got a semester 1, which is September to January class, and you've also got a January to August class at the same time. These are kind of little technical things that will get smoothed out by the time the course starts, and hopefully it shouldn't have too much of a knock-on effect. But as we were kind of saying, if it is still an issue, you can speak to your LDT as well before the course starts, your specific LDT, and they can look at, fixing that before it starts. Okay, but thanks for that question. That was a good one. So next question. I have a commitment every Friday where I'll need to leave an hour early to attend it. Do I contact my LDT about it? And do you think this would be possible? And then it cuts off at the end there, but that was the question.
Yeah, the answer to that is yes. It's not uncommon for students to have commitments that they have to attend over college. So I would advise you to get in touch with your LDT and just explain the situation, and they'll be able to get back to you and come to some solution. So yes, you can contact your LDT about that.
I'll just point out the next question there. Someone was asking how to log into their Moodle, and you can see there's a link that's been provided under there. So if you are wondering about how to log on to Moodle, then check out that link. Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks for that.
Can I find info about my LDT either on Moodle or Teams? Probably the best way to find out would be on Teams or Nanny for that. If you log on to your Teams, you will hopefully be able to see a LDT page and some communication from your LDT in the next couple of weeks. So there is some information on Moodle and on the student portal, but I would say the main place would be Teams at the moment. So thanks for that.
Okay, the next question, will we get help with using Teams, Moodle, Office, so the kind of the software involved with online learning? The answer to that is yes. If you're not confident with using these platforms, don't worry about it at all. Your LDT during induction, so with the LDT, with your specific LDT, you'll do a 4-week induction or thereabouts, in which time you can go to the sessions and you can be shown a little bit about how these systems work. There are also lots of resources out there and lots of guides that you can access that, again, if you spoke to your LDT, they can either speak to you one-to-one or they can send you the specific resources that you need. But yes, there'll be lots of help on hand for learning how to use these softwares. And I would say to anyone that hasn't used them before, you know, don't be scared of it. Don't be intimidated. There's plenty of help there, and you will get used to it pretty quickly, as a lot of students have already. So the next question here, it says, on my timetable, it says non-LDT. What does this mean?
I'm not sure. I would have to look at the timetable to have a look and see exactly what's going on there. So again, if you could pop in your EC number, we can afterwards we can look at that and we can get back to you directly. Thanks.
Okay. Another question here. What about if you got a laptop from the college last year? Do you need to bring it with you when you go into college?
If you got a laptop from college last year and you still have it, then I would say yes, bring it into college with you when you start your course if you're on campus. There will be more information going out for students about the loan of laptops and digital equipment, so please keep an eye out for that. But if you've got any queries about that, you can contact your LDT directly or get in touch with us via the drop-in. But I would say, yeah, bring it in if you need to use it. Or if you don't need to use it, but you need to return it, you can bring it in also.
Okay, and I'll get this one here. So George asks, do HNC students get an LDT? That's a good question. For most courses, the hope is that most HNC, so on the course, if it's a 2-year course, we as LDTs would refer to it as a HN1, so the first year of a 2-year course. Or, you know, it could be a specific standalone HNC, but the hope is that you would be assigned an LDT for the course. So the best thing to do would be to check your timetable and attend your kind of welcome events and your induction events to kind of check that out. But as we kind of mentioned before, if there isn't an LDT assigned to you, you still have access to an LDT to speak to at the drop-ins, or you can kind of contact us via email if that's an appropriate route through your curriculum. But that would all become clear at the start of the course. Okay. And I'm just not seeing any more questions there. If anyone else has any more questions, you can drop them in. I think we've still got time, have we? No. Okay.
Okay then, well, thank you to everyone for their questions. We hope this session has been useful to you.
Hi again, everyone. So you've now seen all of our LDTs there, and you've met Dawn and Jamie. So they'll be here to support full-time students throughout the year. So now we're at the end of this year's EC Welcome Online Induction. We really hope you've enjoyed these sessions and that they've been useful in giving you an insight into our college. As we said throughout, there'll be a recording of all these sessions available on the EC Welcome site. So if you need to refer back to any of these sessions, you can do that. You'll soon start to receive more information from your course teams and your lecturers about your course inductions at the start term. So keep an eye on your email, Teams, Moodle, and as well as our own Edinburgh College social media channels over the next few days for updates. So all that's left for me to say is thanks very much for watching, and we hope you enjoy your time as Edinburgh College students.